most dudes don't truly care about your past unless it's affecting this right here.
Right now. Welcome to another episode of Something for the People. This is your boy B Hunt, aka the Silent Prophet, along with my co-host Big Country.
What's good, people? How y'all doing?
You couldn't let the process be the process. And that's the frustrating part about it, is that's when that broken person goes to another person
And
creates another broken person.
You just do your thing.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Something for the People. This is your boy B Hunt, aka the Silent Prophet, along with my co-host Big Country.
What's good, people?
For your viewing pleasure, we got the producer, Mr. DJ.
What's good, y'all?
Top notch. We're going to jump this off real easy. Should you pay a woman for her time?
No. I'm just be honest. I don't believe in paying for things I can get for free. And it's not saying that that's less makes the value any less or anything like that. But I believe if I'm trying to get to know you and you trying to get to know me, I believe we should be both doing the same and enjoying the same. That's why in most of my dates, anytime I've taken a woman out on a date, they can attest to it. We go out somewhere where we can get to know each other more. Because if we just going to spend money and stuff like that, I'm like, why?
Right.
I don't need to spend money on you to enjoy your time. Now, because you're with me, I will spend money because we're here together. I might as well have fun with you. But just for your time, like now they got people out here tricking off money. It's like, oh, send $100, $200 to my Instagram to get to know you. I'm like, that's stupid to me.
Look, at that point, okay, if we gonna move like that, then your employer should pay you for the interview. And since we know the employer not gonna pay you for the interview because you don't work here,
No.
you do nothing for me. Like, now don't get confused. You know, if I got a tray of cookies sitting out there in the lobby as an employee, get you a cookie. You know what I'm saying? That's on me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat a cookie too. You know?
Yeah.
It's just junk. When I go on a date, I treat it like that. I'm gonna be eating.
Yeah.
It look kind of awkward for me to be sitting here with some food in my face and you got nothing and I'm trying to tell you that I should get you something. Let me get you some food so you don't be over it. So they know we on a date together.
Yeah,
But
sure.
the second a fee would have called me food babe, I'd be like, bye, babe. I can't do it. I'm not here because you.
But the only reason you're going on this date is to get some food out of me.
Get some food, get some paper, get your bills paid. Look, you not. We are. If we doing the whole Susan bit, we equals. You know, so I don't see the significance in you trying to be above me or below me, or I need to pay you for your time, baby. You need to pay me for mine. Your car break down on the side of the road, tired and copped off. You know what I'm saying? Be like, use that $200 I sent to your inbox to fix that. Don't call me. Or I'm sitting right here. You know what I'm gonna get? So at that point, I'm just saying, you got a skill set, I got a skill set.
Yeah.
And what we trying to do is see if our skill sets, along with our attitudes and emotions, our outline, like our outlooks on life, we trying to see if all that align. We just trying to get the checklist going to make sure that this check for both of us.
Yeah.
If you come in here from the jump making it seem like this is only to benefit you and what you got going, look, I don't need a leash. I don't need a pessimistic relationship. And I just feel like chicks who searching for my cash up front, it's pessimistic.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'll have to go ahead and make this as a consensus thing, right? I ain't paying for no time.
Yeah.
That's just something that I'm not going to do. You know what I'm saying? Well, I wouldn't have done in the past. No, I'm just going to go ahead because I'm not paying for no time now because I have to.
Yeah.
But it's just it don't make sense. Like,
And that's where I get to a point. When did it start making sense to, like, I pay, I'm like, wait, let me make sure I fix that correctly. I ain't never paid no prostitute.
No.
But that's what you pay prostitutes for.
Yeah, but
Just
you ain't
plain.
paying
We're
for
gonna put
time.
that out there.
I'm like,
for sex. That's what you
yes,
paying.
I'm
Like,
paying for sex.
She's changed her relationship status to a product-based status. Like, hey, I am a product. View me the same way you view Powerade on the shelf, the Chex Mix, whatever you're looking at your local store.
Yeah.
If you wish to have me for a short period of time, because you know she's subscription-based, hey, come out here, knock me down in the back seat, wherever you got, and then go about your day.
Exactly.
Everything else that come with that, we don't call you, we don't text you, we don't write you, but when you get you need to go get you get the penicillin shot, that's on you too. We all know it's a no strings attached. This is just the job.
I mean, you know, that's when that whole contract theory you was talking about had to come into play.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Like,
because this is
it would make all the sense in the world.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, this is where the whole transaction-based society that we live in is coming into play, because it ain't really just no emotion thing. It's a more so of a good for a service.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This ain't no.
It is.
Yeah. This
See, but when they start, like, there are people putting it in their bios, their Instagram bios and stuff, like, oh, $200. Who told you your time was that valuable? And I know somebody's going to be like, oh, my time is very valuable. No, it's not like that. The idea is the value is only what I feel the value is. Now, you can find a little trick over there that you don't want that may trick off on you, but the dude that you really want, he ain't about to be like, oh, I have to pay you? Like, it's like you find, it's like, for example, you find those people that do anything. There's certain dudes that are desperate to talk to a woman, so they'll basically do whatever it takes. Like, some dudes be over here like, oh, no, man. Like, after she come from the club, and she ain't got to take no shower. She ain't got to do nothing. No. Just smelling like that, and, oh, I'm cool with it. And it's crazy because I be seeing dudes on the internet talking about, oh, man, you ain't a real man if you're going to do that. I'm like, well, I don't do it funk. Anybody know, I have an issue. I have a big nose. You see this nose right here. So I can smell anything going on. Yeah. So if I smell it, I'm automatically turned off. And they're like, nah, I'm good. Go on about your business. But we paying, like, you find those desperate dudes, and then they'll pay you and do stupid stuff. Now you think, oh, well, I could charge anybody for it. I could do anything. Like, that dude that you really want is like right here. That dude that's willing to pay for it, probably about right here. I'm just saying.
No, what I'm saying is this. The world has to stop taking somebody from the extremes and have them broadcast what the expectations are. Don't get the ugly guy to tell you what us average guys are going to do. Like, no, baby, look, you want to talk to me? You can talk to me. I'm not going to pay you to. A lot it is tricking if I got it. Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna throw money at you because I know that that's like the easy way in to whatever I'm trying to give with you. No, I come from this middle class, man.
Now I'll say it like this because I want to make sure I have this clear. If you find a woman you're interested in, she's interested in you, there's no issue with, hey, expressing and showing certain ways of interest. if I want you to go to a nice place because I truly want to take you to this nice place, that's not you paying for it. That's because we share the same alignment and interest. I like you, you like me. I want to show you.
Well, because
part of it.
I'm gonna say this: people don't know how to express interest in people no more.
That's true. I mean, you jump for this generation. You jump in the DMs.
Yeah.
No. I beg to differ. No.
Okay.
I beg to differ, my brother. They don't know how to express interest in people no more because everything is transaction based. Because it's all, if you express interest in somebody, you a simp, or you tricky, or you soft, or you trash, or you this. It's all a negative connotation.
If you want
somebody, if you want somebody, it's all negative. It ain't no positivity about wanting to be with somebody because of what is portrayed out here. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if you got an interest in anybody, that's why, you know what I'm saying? I know we talking about deception, but I'm glad I didn't jump out of that boat. Yeah. I'm glad I'm out that boat, bro.
Because even when I was in it, I feel like there was still some substance to it.
The game was different.
Yeah, it was different. Like, if I go and I'm talking to her, they're going to be like, oh, we're going to respect that situation. He trying to holler at her.
The game was different when it was back then.
That was the whole idea. Was like you saw a woman you like that want express interest in you. You even hit him with the. You remember? I remember this one, and it was funny as hell because I was like, the way he did it was smooth. You remember Ludacris pimping all over the world?
Yeah.
Where he's like, and I walk up to a girl that I like, and I'm like, hey girl, how you doing? You the woman that I'm really pursuing and all that. And he was just talking to her to try to get some interest out of her. She was like, oh, if you would like to get to know me, can you give me your name? If you jot down your number, you'll get mine in exchange.
Right.
It was like, it was simple. It was easy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of a sudden, it went to, man, I got to show you this type of, have this type of clout, money, all this stuff before you even decide.
Status means everything.
Right.
But you notice all those healthy and successful people that are now at that status level, they got theirs before they had that status level.
If you keep them.
What? Yeah.
It's just
once you got to the status.
I'm not even talking about the successful people. One thing about people in general, material things mean everything. Because you can walk around and appear to have everything, and you'll have more conversation than the person that ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
You can appear to have a gold chain, nice car, and all that stuff. Ain't even gotta be yours. But I guarantee you, the person gonna stop and talk to you if you appear to have it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you could walk up to a woman and you try to talk to her, or you can walk up to anybody, try to talk to anybody. And they'll be like, oh, no, I ain't interested. But if you go get in a nice car, you can see the videos, y'all done seen them.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, oh yeah, now, you give me your number. Yeah, it's possible now. But just a few minutes ago, you didn't even want to give me any time of day. It's the material thing.
It's literally like a video game. You ever have somebody who went really, really far on a video game and you never played the game, so you just jumped in under their profile?
Mm-hmm.
You notice how all the stages unlocked, you know what I'm saying? Anything you hit, it don't take much to kill. It's just like everything is right there, easy access, but this person already did all this work.
Yeah.
Now you go and you try to start your new game, and you like, well, I can't get over to that area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't have it. I can't. So it's like, granted, I'm sure I was beating the people up. I'm going to get there. It's not like I'm not capable. I'm just capable.
You're just not at that level.
I'm just not there yet.
People don't want to wait for that.
And it's like, but I just don't understand. It's just like, even though you go to that profile of your person who did all that work, when you go to the final boss typically don't care about nothing you got on. It's still gonna be the fight of your life, and it's gonna prove the real from the fake. Like you ain't put in the work, fam. I don't care if you got the magic sword or the golden gun. You ain't gonna win this fight if you don't know how to fight for real.
Nah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you showed up, and the dude showed up with somebody else's chain, and his homeboy called with the other. Yeah, he knew how to get you to. Yeah, you're gonna let me passage into the level, but the end of it, what really matters is the work on self. Do you really? Are you somebody who can even amass this type of stuff? Are you somebody who, even if you don't have it, can still walk in these rooms? Like, what are you, bro?
Because I guarantee you, once all that material go away, you ain't gonna even like the person.
Once you take all that back to your family members and you got her on your Metro PCS phone and she like, why your number change every week?
Shout out to Metro.
Shout out to Metro. I went T-Mobile. I went to them. I'm not blaming, but I went T-Mobile. And I know I ain't shooting no shots. You know what I'm saying? But what I am saying is this. Like, damn. You as a woman are doing yourself a disservice by looking for the materials on the man. You need to be looking at the man.
Yeah.
Look at the guy. Because at the end of the day, his chains ain't gonna have a conversation with you. His car is not gonna take care of you. Like, does he want you? Does he like you for you? What is he here for? If he here so you could be another showpiece, another trophy, understand, since Pee Wee League, men been collecting trophies. So I don't have 100 trophies. You know what I'm saying? But I only got 1 degree, man. For me. Not saying you can't get multiple degrees, but I got 1. And it's important to me. Why? Because it showed I put in a lot of time, a lot of effort to get this piece of paper. I went through a lot. So when people ask me about what I do with or what bro, I do art for real. I'm not, no.
People ask about the trophies, it's like, man.
Yeah. You asked about what I earned in
you
PV
get a participation trophy. You get a trophy for everything.
That's
you
why,
get the homecoming trophy.
That's why we said,
participating, putting on this show and riding down the street in this car with me. You participate. You participate. So they gonna see you get out the car, but after tonight, if I don't call you, it's because everybody gets a participation trophy. I got this. I'm gonna ride down the street. It's another person who want to participate in this type of lifestyle. I guarantee you. You didn't build a real connection. You didn't put forth no real effort. So I can find you everywhere. You saturate the market.
Yeah. Hey, well, let's be honest. If we really want to go there, we really go there. Pussy has saturated the market so much that you can find it on the corner. You talking about your pussy is so up here and all that stuff. I'm just saying. You know as well as I do. We can say the vagina, or whatever, juice box, whatever you want to call it.
Thank you, sir.
But I'm going to sit here and tell you, there ain't no difference between that chick and the chick down the street on vagina. Except maybe yours I got to put a little more work in, hers I don't. So, depending on the day.
At this point, I don't have to I need to go put in the work at the dealership. Hey, bro, I need to pay for this car. So, I've leveled the playing field. It don't matter if I'm getting Mott's or Welch's or Jugs. All of them want to ride.
Yeah.
And I'm going to drink all this juice.
All going to be the same.
It's always the same.
All the same.
Nutritional value may be different, but you got to be a fee who got, look, you want to feed a fee with the nutritional value. Give me something. That's all I'm saying. Give me something. I'm not
besides
saying
headaches.
I'm not saying on a transactional level, be something for me to want to have.
Yes.
If you going up to a guy and you like, oh, I want him, I'm not 100% in agreement with the term what do you bring to the table, because like I said, that's terminology for this transactional time period. what I want to say is, what quality of person are you to even try to be in this space with me? Because I know who I am. Do you at least know who you are to try to tell me who you are so I know who I'm dealing with? Outside of, I got the lace front and I got the booty pop and I got the fake bread. I got all the visuals you want, but I'm like, the internals. I've seen too many cars with nice rims that don't drive. I don't. Yeah. I'd rather go somewhere and stay right.
It look good.
Yeah.
Not the lemon.
That's what it is.
The pinto.
All that, you did all that. You got all them paint jobs. You never checked your engine, baby. You never looked at your engine.
Mm-hmm. And anybody that actually want a car, they gonna make sure that car can get me from point A to point B. Like,
get you a Honda.
Hey, man, Honda shoot. Honda take care of you more than any other car.
And then they start talking. When I told them my gas miles, I told everything that I need, Honda got. And I'll take this Honda, I'll get a body kit, I'll get whatever I need to put on the Honda, I'll put on it if I just want it to look a certain way.
Yeah.
But the core of that Honda,
it's gonna last.
When I get up and gas is shot up to $5, I know that that's at least getting 35, 40 miles to the gallon. If I drive properly, if I treat it right, it's gonna last. You hop in a Ferrari, a lot of people like to put their Ferraris in the garage and pull it out on the weekend because they want to show people I got it, but I don't necessarily want the bill associated with it.
Hey, that goes to my point of the materialistic thing, bro.
Yeah.
I show off.
You want to show off, you don't want to.
Cobra. That's my boy.
All right, moving on. Do you stick to the bro code or do you correct your homeboy if he's stepping out on his marriage?
Man, so we were talking before the show, and I was talking to DJ about it, and I'm like, bro code don't mean no matter what, I'm not saying nothing. It's like, as my brother, I'm going to look out for your best interest, and I'm going to help you. Yeah. But if you can't see that, hey, maybe we got in this the brothership. And I'm not talking about it from little things. I look at it like this. If you doing something foul against you or against your wife or anything like that, as your brother, I'm going to come talk to you. Hey, we got to have a talk. I'm not going to help you do dirt on your woman and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, nah, bro. When you little kids, you do stuff like that. We're grown men. I'm not about to help you cheat on your wife. Now, I'm going to tell you, hey, bro, you don't want to roll that way because there's too many consequences, too many issues behind that. If you want to be single, go be single. Just be single. Just do that. But what I'm not about to do is be like, oh, you seen B Hunt? Yeah, he over here. Can I talk to him? Oh, he in the bathroom. He ain't never been here. Like, I ain't about to lie on my boy like that.
Yeah, nah.
It's like, I don't lie for you, and I'm not going to lie against you. I want to help you. Yeah. So, I'm like, as your brother, I'm like, hey, bro, which one you want to do? You want to be single, or you want to be married? If you want to be married, go be married, be happy. If your wife cool with y'all having an open relationship, cool, but you doing all this other wild stuff, that's not helping nothing.
Yeah.
So mine, your bro code has to get code updates as you grow older. In elementary and middle school and high school, parts of college, when I know if you a middle school bro, like, let's be real. I ain't really ever heard of a middle school sweetheart going on to be the bride.
I haven't either.
I ain't really heard of that. So
that's rare.
That's rare.
That's rare.
Or you can talk to, who was it? The Johnson guy. Kevin. Who's Kevin? Not Kevin Sanders. The opposite of Kevin Sanders would be. He cheated on his wife.
Derrick Jackson.
Derrick Jackson. I think They was together a long time, but you
Since
see,
he was, well, they were together since they were 19. But you can't say nothing. You can't even use Derrick
I
Jackson.
can't use that.
100 plus.
But I can use Derrick
Men's
Jackson.
right
I can use Derrick Jackson because I sought to illustrate the point in the opposite direction. Bro, look, a lot of that you think is serious going all the way up in the high school really ain't what that is. I've seen a lot of, people get with people in high school, get with people in middle school, get with people in elementary. It's like a trading card game. Oh, you got the chick with the big booty. Okay, I got the chick with the nice. Okay, we gonna switch. By the end of the school year, everybody done talk to everybody because you ain't going in depth with that person. It's just I talked to him. I talked to her. I talked to him. I talked to her. Right? Bro code dictates. Like that's simple. That's not really anything serious, bro. I don't care if you cheating on her. It's not my problem. It's not even a real relationship. Nothing's on the line here. Like you ain't made no contractual vows. You ain't got no kids. You don't have a dog. You don't have a cat together. You don't have nothing together. You literally go home to where your parents provide everything, and she go home to where her parents provide everything, and y'all meet up at school, and y'all might have kissed 3 times. Stop, okay? Is he cheating on me? He might as well be. Shit, hey, what the fuck is you do? If he hold another chick hand, he cheating on you.
Yeah. And that was one thing I don't understand. Like,
You have nothing to lose here.
Right.
Because
Not the hand holding.
Because I'm just saying, that's the most contact you had with a woman. So the second he held the teacher's hand, this nigga was cheating on you. How do you know? He held Miss Briggs' hand. That motherfucker.
Not Miss Briggs.
He held Miss Briggs' hand twice today. And I saw him hold your hand once.
Yeah.
Now, when you get up, like I said, getting into college, or you get into regular life, because I don't want everybody to think like, I only want people in college to get relationships. That is not true. Everybody, but I'm just saying the markets are a little bit different. It's difficult to find a woman up in the club. That's what I'm gonna say on that. So you got the woman in the club. She been hollered at 120 times a night. She smelled like train smoke. And that's just because she's been around, the sticky icky all day. So, she like, I'm tired of having to dance and act like I'm interested all night. And I'm not extremely sober, so, my judgment is a little bit off. So I just tell everybody no, just to be safe. Cool. You tell me, hey, I'm talking to her now. I met her at the club the other night. All right. Around 23, 24. Okay. You met her at the club last night. All right. If you meet another chick at the club tonight and you like her, then you know what? I'm not. Bro code dictates. We still on the bro code. Because what? We don't share nothing together.
Right.
Now, when you take that chick that you met the first night at the club to meet your mama, knowing that I've been knowing your mama since we was 4 and 5, fam. So now, like, she got to be a little serious because she made it way farther than these other chicks. From that point on, I'm kind of like, hey, bro, you really like her. You know what I'm saying? You really digging her. You feeling her for real. Then, now you talking about, hey, bro, I'm thinking about, time tonight with her. You know what I'm saying? She real good. You know what I'm saying? We going to get exclusive. We going to be, I hope y'all was exclusive before, but you never know. New world, new times. Open relationships, some things happen nowadays. So, but now you saying you getting exclusive, you thinking about getting a ring. Okay, at this point, my bro code had to update. Because now I'm like, he believes that this woman is beneficial to his life, so much so that he wants to put her as a permanent fixture in his life. So me as a bro, I have to assist you by helping you understand there's certain things that you can do that will force the permanent fixture you want in your life out of your life.
Right.
You want her to be your woman, you want her to be your girl for real, okay, you can have it. But if she find out you got somebody else you're talking to on the side, because y'all said that exclusive thing, she might be ephemeral. She might want to remove herself. It might be temporary at that point. So, am I gonna tell her you doing something? No. I'm gonna tell you, bro, you fucking up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You messing up.
For sure. Like you gotta do that. You gotta do that. And so, like, I feel like bro codes, like you say, gotta evolve over time. Like when we get to the adult stages, accountability matters amongst brothers.
Yeah.
Like the base level of that is that you gotta hold your homeboys accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't just be letting them walk around just doing whatever. Can't let them walk around doing whatever the fuck they think is logical. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they logic don't make sense. Because they be like, oh man, this is, you know what I'm saying? Nah, nigga, what? That makes no sense. Why do you think that that's okay for you to do? And with us, you know, like most of the time we think, not my monkey, not my show.
Right.
Like, and no, that ain't how that's supposed to rock. Like, if we supposed to be as tight as we are, if I see you out here moving wrong, we supposed to have that same type of rapport the way if I see you moving wrong, I'm supposed to stop you in your tracks and be like, nah, you moving shifty. Yeah. And if I rock with you the way that I say I do, you supposed to be able to receive that and be like, okay, my bro stopped me.
Yeah. He ain't gonna
he
Certain
respect
things he gonna do.
Yeah, he ain't gonna just get in my, you know, he ain't gonna get in my business and be like, you know, if he really stepping in like that, that means he really think that I'm moving wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
And if we men, if we gonna keep it a buck, if we both men, you gonna respect the fact that I stepped in and said something to you.
But that's that old saying, iron sharpens iron.
Right.
Because us as men, like, we're supposed to keep getting better. Because you are the head of your family. I know some people don't think that, but in this house, I'm the head of mine. In your house, if you believe that, cool. If you don't, that's on you too. My thing that I explain to people, as a man, we build upon each other. It's like, hey, if there's certain areas I'm weak in, I usually will be around other people. It's like, hey, I see he's strong on this part. So it's like, okay, I could pick up some of them things from him. Just like for me, there's certain things I know for a fact I'm strong in, and other dudes will be like, okay, man, that right there.
Yeah.
I can respect that. It's like, I want to have more of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, we learn from each other more. But if I can't check you on your wrongdoings and you can't check me on my wrongdoing, how are we getting any better? How are we reaching each other?
At that point, I think I would have a very strong argument to say that y'all not really bros. Like, you a nigga I know.
That's really the truth.
That's the truth.
That's the truth,
bros.
Y'all not really as tight as you think you are.
Right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes what we tend to do is we look at a quantity of a relationship instead of the quality of it.
Yeah.
We'll say, oh man, we've been cool for like 20, 30 years. But do we really rock with each other like that?
20, 30 years a mess.
Yeah, like are we really just that cool? You know what I'm saying? We can say we know somebody, but do we really fool with that person like that?
True. Yeah.
Can we really call that person and be like, hey man, what's really good?
Yeah.
And you know, what's really good for us got so many meanings.
Yeah.
it got so many meanings. But I say that to say, you know what I'm saying, with dudes, I agree with you as far as like the iron sharpening iron and us holding each other accountable and sharpening the other person and us being better and us leading households and forging a better future for our household. I agree with you on that. You know, a lot of the times, like, we don't like to show where we're weak at on certain stuff, you know, and we just don't really like to communicate those things with our brothers because we don't like to show that weakness. You know what I'm saying? So we'll keep on trucking, and then when we feel like our back is against the wall, then we'll be like, all right, man, let me go talk to such and such.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me go see who I see he's strong at this area. Let me go holler at him because I ain't got no more answer. We'll try to figure it out first instead of building the team around the solution. We'll try to build it within first, and then
Right.
you know what I'm saying.
Right.
We'll try to go out. We'll try to do it ourselves first, and then go try to find the answer instead of going to go find the person that got the strength first.
Right.
You know. So I think if we change our philosophy and our mindset towards building the team first,
right,
instead of trying to build it within, I think we'll do a whole lot better at that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, also, you know what I would think would be better? Also, I agree with what you're saying, but also the fact that us, the older men, reaching, like letting us know where their issues are, just like us letting the younger men know where our issues are with certain things, so we could build these generations up. Because if you look at a lot of men, even back in the day, it was kind of hard getting at your dad about certain things that he needed to work on. Like, me and my brother still ask my dad to this day, trying to figure out, hey, what were those hard things for you? Like, what was like that part? And it was like, man, I need some help on this.
Yeah, that's that. You got to learn on your own.
Yeah.
And see, the problem with that is that they always look at it as if I tell you, you're not gonna work for it. You're not gonna work. You're not gonna. So you know, and you see where you see where that's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
We not. If you give me the blueprint, I'm gonna work harder because I got the blueprint for it.
Mm-hmm.
We
so
don't have
build on that.
We don't have that mindset to where you know we were put into a situation to where I got the blueprint, and if you give me the shortcut, I'm just gonna get there faster.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not gonna work harder to get it.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm gonna get there faster. Their mindset is that if I give you the shortcut to get there, you're not gonna work hard to get it. You're just not gonna do it at all.
Well, because they had this whole concept of appreciation. You ain't gonna appreciate it when you get it. But I be like,
that's it.
Bro, look. If now certain parts I get, because I'm a firm believer, I do not buy young men cars. I'm not gonna buy my son a car. Daughter, anything can be like that. Sex is whatever. It is what it is. I'm behind on the profit. Call it what you make. But I didn't say I wouldn't help you get it. Like, I'll be your shortcut. I'll help you. I'll give you the blueprint. Hey, bro, you go take this summer job, what you gave, I'll match. I may even double it depending on how hard I see you working. Because if you want it, you want it. But I got to make sure that it's something you want. And being a man, I know the stuff you want, you work a lot harder for. Now, granted, I see you out here putting in this work. I see, so, all right. I see you got the drive. I see you got the one. Here we go. We done with that. You need to move on to something big because I need to. Because one thing about us as people, especially black people, we're already behind. And I'm not saying that, like, and I don't want to put no, I mean, I have to put a racial on it, but at the same time, I'm not saying that in opposition to any other race. I'm just saying us as the people and building up that community for us, as far as brother to brother, brother to sister, like all that, building up the community, we have to realize that we are already behind.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we have to accelerate our kids. And I'm not talking about accelerate our kids into this adult lifestyle. I'm talking about accelerate our kids not only on a scholastic level, but a drive level, a responsibility level, like all these things so they can understand and process like, okay, yeah, sometimes it might just be harder for me, but it don't mean I can't have it. And when you see somebody having a hard time, that don't mean, oh, I got to hold mine because hard times coming. No. Embrace that young brother strong. So like, hey, you trying to do this, that's cool. I remember when I was there, let me give you some guidance and try to get you to where you're trying to go faster so you can get out of that rut and maybe you turn around and help somebody else. Like, we
also have that issue of some of us not wanting to reach out and help each other.
Right.
Like that's the thing that we have to stop.
Yes,
we have to stop being those ones that are like, okay, I didn't have anybody to reach out and help me, so I'm not going to extend it.
Right. I got it on my own. You got to get it on your own.
And I don't know if that's a societal issue for us or what? Because
It's a cultural issue.
a cultural issue.
It's not a societal issue.
Yeah,
it's a
because
cultural issue.
And
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, we're gonna talk about him a little later. But I heard this one. It was Dr. Umar Johnson, and he was talking about it's crazy how billionaires, like there's a Asian billionaire. He will reach out and hire mostly Asians to work in his company.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The white billionaire, he will reach out and hire mostly white people in his company. But when it comes to the black billionaire, we won't reach out and hire mostly black people in our company because we want to front on them.
We want them to worship us.
Yeah, we want them to see us like that.
Because
Like,
he used Oprah as an example. I watched the same thing I watched it. Exactly.
and I was thinking about it, I'm like, it's bad because it's so true.
I mean, because when we reach a certain status, we honestly, to tell you the truth, our billionaires become the people that we worship.
Right.
If you think about it,
right.
You know, we got because who are our black billionaires? You think
Black billionaires now that people can honestly just name offhand are mostly the celebrities. That's Jay-Z, Rihanna, used to be Kanye. Is he back at billion? Okay. But then, you got Bob Johnson. Like, there's still black billionaires out there, but we don't know them because they're not in our, I guess, limelight like that. Like truly, could you name a billionaire, an African-American billionaire that is not a celebrity?
Robert Smith. You don't even know who that is.
Don't get me wrong.
He's not a celebrity, so I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Shout out to Ernie Leisure, man. That's why I know who that is.
But see, it's that. It's like from Ernie Leisure, he knows there's more people out there who got billions, but at the same time, we don't get to see them people unless you tapping into, those situations. And for a billionaire, especially a black billionaire, I figured, well, since you already a minority amongst the United States, you go into a space of real billionaires, you might be the only person in the room.
That look like you.
They look like you, so you just automatically assume, hey, if I want to make this, all the people I talk to get to the money look like them. So obviously they know how to get the money, and the people that don't have it. But
yeah.
So it's like it's a forced situation. It's systematic. You don't see black billionaires helping other people because they don't see other people really.
Right.
Like, I don't get to see people look like me no more. Once you reach a certain level, the cutoff happens.
Yeah.
Whereas with other races, Chinese, I guarantee you, the Chinese billionaires still knew a whole lot of millionaires out there. He was like, oh yeah, I can bring you into the circle. Those millionaires knew they 100,000 people. So yeah, but like you said, we turn ours into celebrity. So once you reach billionaire status, you're untouchable. The millionaires can't touch you. The 100,000 people can't touch you. Nobody can touch you. Paparazzi is the only people who see them get by.
They turn into gods, and they turn into idols, and we worship them.
Yeah, and you just think whatever and I hate when you talk to people and they be like, man, I could never do what they did. What do you mean?
You can't.
They did it.
Red blood, bones, flesh. I'm still trying to figure out where he different from you.
We can do exactly what they did.
Exactly what they did.
It's just they worked harder
to do.
They got into the spaces, and you know what I'm saying. It's all about working harder, getting into it just in the spaces and putting your head down and just grinding, bro. Like it's nothing on this planet that you can't do. And then a lot of the stuff, man, is just manifesting yourself and being who you need to be. Like, you can't just say that you can't be something. If you really want to be something in life, you can be whatever you want to be. You can be whatever you want to be.
Sometimes you might have to adjust your perception as far as the scale of it. Because some people out there who playing arena football who wanted to be in the NFL, but football is what you love.
You still a pro.
Still playing.
You still a pro.
And I'm not trying to say that like to undercut, but no, if it's something you love, find a way to do it. That's all I'm saying. You might be the local karaoke night hero. If that's what you want to, if singing is really important to you, don't stop singing. Yeah. Don't make a mixtape or a rap album just so you can say so because you want to get under a label, bro. Just make your music.
That's one way to be a pro athlete, bro. Like for example, a lot of these dudes that played in the NBA, they playing for Cube in the B3 now. That's a black owned
situation. Yeah.
That's a black owned pro basketball league.
Yeah, and that's for you.
The first of its kind.
Yeah. And like I said, Ice Cube situation. Hey, I might not be able to own a team in the NBA, but I can own a whole league if I choose to. Like, I can put some stuff in.
Now I'm here. But look where he started at.
Yeah.
Look at O'Shea.
Right and wrong.
Look at O'Shea.
Come on, man. Shout out to Ice Cube, man. Shout out to Ice Cube, man.
I mean, and as far because let's bring it full circle. Do you stick to the bro code? Correct your homeboy stepping out of your marriage?
Yes.
Yes. Without question. And it's more so because the thing I'm trying to do for anybody I consider part of my counsel, part of my brotherhood, like I've initiated you into the bro code that I have. Because once you get older and you start making wiser decisions, your team shrink up. It's just because not everybody aligns themselves with what you believe. It's easy to align yourself with people who want to go to the club, especially in your 19, 20, and 23, because everybody want to go to the club. Yeah. But when you start saying, I want to build a strong family unit, well, the dude at the club still in the club might not want a family unit. He just wants to give you is wisdom that you can't use. He can't sharp. He not the type of steel you working with. He on this aluminum relationship. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Counsel different. And because I consider my brother, right? And I'm trying to help you be as sharp as you can because I know it's going to come a time where I need somebody to help me get sharp. Yeah. Nah, bro, I can't let you do your wife like that, bro. And I'm not going to talk to your wife because you going to do it. Why? Because I need you to be sharp enough to know that if you had talked to your girl and expressed your issues or whatever that might have been, y'all might have found a workaround or a way to fix that to strengthen y'all bond. It ain't my place to go to your wife. You in my counsel. I'm gonna sharpen you, bro.
Yeah.
And if I find out that, hey, I can't sharpen you, you need a different counsel now. You need to go find somebody who do step out on their wife because you need to figure out how to cover your stuff up now. I don't know how to do that. I can't help you with that.
For sure.
Yeah.
I can help you keep your wife happy and proud of your relationship and your kids and everybody together. I can help you do that because that's what I'm trying to do. But if you want to step out and be wild and do crazy things, you need to go find you a group of people who want to step out and be wild and do crazy things.
Wild and crazy.
Yeah. Is it true that black fathers are teaching their daughters not to need a man as
well? Well, I was talking to my wife about this one, and she was like, her father taught her a lot of things that, you shouldn't be dependent on a man. And I agree with some of them. But then I think about sometimes we don't give enough context, overall context, as fathers to our daughters. Because sometimes it's like, I want to protect you so much that I'll die for my daughter right now in a heartbeat. I'll kill for my daughter right now in a heartbeat. Right. But sometimes I got to sit down and talk to my daughter and be like, do you know why these things need to be done? Like, I had to tell my daughter just the other day because I said, Mommy's my queen, you're my princess. And she was like, why I gotta be the princess? Why can't I be a queen? Because That is my wife. That is my queen. That is the one that I look after. That's the one that birthed you. And she was like, but I don't understand why I can't be the queen. I'm like, one day you'll find a man that will make you his queen. Mm-hmm. And he will do the same thing, hopefully, I do with mommy. And I'm just talking to her about it. I'm like, I got to make sure she understands the whole dynamic instead of just telling her, oh, well, daddy will take care of it all. Yes, I am here to make sure that you are taken care of until the point where you find that man of your dreams that treats you, hopefully, the way I treat mommy. Mm-hmm. And then, at that point, it's his job. I'm there to make sure, hey, that little, I'm that safety net. Right. But that will be his job to turn you into his queen. Right. Mm-hmm. But if we're giving our daughters basically almost queen status without them understanding all this stuff, it's just like, oh, well, I don't need to depend on man. I don't need this. I don't need that. I could do this. I could do that. Yes, you could do all those things, but you could do more if you're with that person, if y'all build together.
I feel like what you said holds weight. I dig what you said. To amplify that, we also got to take into account the power of presence, bro. You being here and her physically seeing this is my interaction with your mama, this is how we move, this is how we make sure you have, but this is how we do it. So she understands. Some people at my school don't get nice shoes like this all the time. I wonder why. Then every time there's something that comes up, like sometimes one of the parents ain't there. It's a connection that's always missing for them. That's not missing for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like because the more you show, ultimately that's the proof. Yeah, having those conversations extremely beneficial. And I urge everybody to listen to what that man just said and be like, hey, explain to your daughter, it's okay. It's preferred for you to go have your man, have somebody that's working for you, helping you get through, making sure everything is in line. Have a person with a vision and a vision that you can push. And if you find somebody who don't have a vision, help him get a vision so you can be him, okay?
Yeah.
Right? Also, it's important, especially for us as black people, especially for us as black men. Be at home. Be present. Ask the question, how was your day? What? So they can understand. The person you end up with, they should be asking you about you. You should be their favorite subject, bro. Like, not the only subject. One of their favorites, okay? You should be one of their favorite subjects.
I mean, you said it correctly. At first, you said favorite.
Yeah.
You didn't say only.
Yeah.
You said favorite.
Yeah.
You said it correctly.
Cool. Because I'm like, that's like stalker world.
Yeah, you said favorite.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I want to know about what you got going on. What can I insert myself to make that situation better for you? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Vice versa. You should have somebody that I dig that person so much to where I want to know what they're doing and how can I help them have a better situation, a better day, a better this, a better that. If you can't find them people, it's going to be hard. But like I said, what he said, that's golden. Have that conversation with your daughter, draw the distinction, let her know there is a status and a prestige to reaching wife level. That's one thing that we've all, like a lot of people kind of negate. No, it's a privilege to have somebody that's 100% for you. I'm just trying to make sure that what you got going work. That's it. Really, we gonna go through this thing together, but it's a co-op game instead of that single game I've been playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you here. We doing this now. But have her understand, you're not playing. You still playing solo. Granted, you got a lot of people on behind you. This village, you got a lot of people helping you. You got a lot of people making sure you get up, get dressed, get to school, making sure you learn, making sure you show respect, making sure you do all these things, right? But at some point, you're going to meet somebody who went through that same, cultivate and streamline and process to make them exceptional individuals. And then you might decide, which I hope you do decide, hey, you want to play this co-op thing too? Like, my mom and dad, they did it. It looked great. Everybody who was coming from them, like, I got to college. Why? Because my daddy did this, my mama did this, and now I'm here. Right? Nobody really struggling on the other end because two people came together and made sure I had.
Yeah.
In your situation, it might be a little different, but hey, you here with me now. I got a good example at home. His presence was always felt. He's always there for me. Like, he's present.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I just feel like a lot of women, these days just kind of push being there to the side. I don't need you. I need the money. I don't need.
See, but that's so crazy to me because I'm like, I brought this one up. Would you rather be rich or be happy?
Right.
And it's like, if you couldn't choose, I'd rather be happy. Because if you're rich and you're not happy within yourself, what is the matter?
I mean, but we all know money don't buy happiness, though.
It doesn't.
Buy nice caskets, though.
Oh, yeah. Once you're dead.
Once you're dead, but
Yeah.
I ain't never seen a dead man look at his casket.
We all know money don't buy happiness. But I want to say it's a big subset or a big population of people that don't understand what being in a happy, healthy relationship looks like.
Right.
Because I don't want to say people don't want I really don't want to say that because I still have hope. You know what I'm saying? I got hope, you know what I'm saying? But I want to say that we haven't had good examples of those type of relationships in our communities and in our homes that we don't know what that looks like.
Right.
So we much rather have the stability of the finance. And if that comes with not having a person there, then so be it. You'd rather go with the enemy that you do know than the one that you don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
And if the financial stability is the one that you do know, then I'm gonna go with that one. And if I don't know this person, and if they gonna cause me heartache, just give me the fucking money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how some people just look at it. I'm just gonna go with the money, and if I ain't gotta go through going through the motions and you end up leaving me in the end, just give me the money, dog. Just get, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go through. People don't want to go through getting hurt no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to go through the motions of being hurt over and over and over again. People have a fear of rejection, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in friendships, work, whatever it is. We don't like to lose.
I also feel like to compound on that, to advance that, because everything is always so nice and mellowed out. I don't feel like people really know what hurt is. Like, there's a difference between stretched, like, it's uncomfortable, and then there's hurt.
I'll say this. Some of us do.
Yeah.
But some of us don't know because some of us have been protected from what hurt is.
Right. But also, like, life is about trial and error. Like, you're going to try, you're going to work on certain things. Certain things may not work out for you. But it's the fact that, okay, I tried this. I see this doesn't work. So, let me try it this way then.
Yeah.
But so many people now, and I know it's young girls out here, I've seen it. It's young girls already, like, basically got that Heisman block going already. And I'm like, you have not felt that. And you're not going to sit here and tell me at your age that you know exactly what all these things are right
but
now.
You know why they know what it is?
Because their parents keep...
Because the world done told them what it is.
TV. On the sky.
We got these. This done told them what it is.
Mm-hmm. But what it gave him was a summary of what it was.
This done told them what it is.
It gave him the cliff notes.
Everything, like, you gotta think about it, bro. The world that we grew up in, we didn't have instant access to tell us what everything was. We had to experience everything as trial and error.
Yeah.
The reason why we have the thought process that we have is fucking trial and error. Everything we did is trial and error. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
The way we move is trial and error. We move and think based off of trial and error. The way we think about failure is trial and error.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, that didn't work. Let me regroup and let me go try something else.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. The issue comes in is because they already see that and somebody already trying to tell them that. It's like, you don't know if that works or it doesn't work. It just didn't work for them.
They ain't gonna try it because somebody else done showed them on YouTube that it don't work.
Yeah, like, think about it this way. If your daughter had never seen a dog, but she heard the dogs exist, and the first thing you say to your daughter, oh, dogs bite you.
They ain't gonna.
Then she go on YouTube, because she has access, and she just watch nothing but dog biting videos. The first dog she see, I don't care if it's a puppy, she gonna run as hard as she can.
Because she gonna think the dog gonna bite.
The dog gonna bite me. The dog gonna bite me. You have a unhealthy fear, unbalanced fear of this dog because you don't know nothing else about it. Women, like you get to the single mother households. Oh, your dad ain't this, your dad ain't that. Well, my dad is a man. So okay, so are you saying all men are like this? Or are you saying just him like this? Or and then you go online, like I said, you get on Mona Sky or the basketball housewives and all that. All y'all supposed to be housewives, but I don't see no wives in the mix. All y'all divorced this man. How you gonna say you a basketball wife and you ain't got no basketball playing husband?
And then, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people's now preconceived notions about stuff is based off of what they've seen. It ain't based off of what they've done. It's based off of what they've seen. Right. It's all ingested by sight. It ain't based off
action.
There you go. It's not based off of something that they done. Yeah. It's based off of somebody else that done or somebody done told them that they done did. Hey man, I tried this didn't work. And when it's like, oh shit, I guess since it ain't work for Billy Joe, it ain't gonna work for me. Well, Billy Joe probably didn't go past step 2.
Mm-hmm. And that's why, like, people always ask, like, what's one of your favorite movies? One of my favorite movies is Pursuit of Happiness. Will Smith. Granted, Will Smith. Look, I don't know. Sometimes saying Will Smith in a room with men is like saying R. Kelly in a room full of women. I'm still rocking with him, even though I do feel like, I already said my piece. If you want to catch that, it's on an older episode about how I feel about him doing what he did.
Yeah.
But regardless, still one of the favorite actors, especially in this movie, Pursuit of Happiness. So it's a scene in there. Y'all all seen the scene. I know you have. Mm-hmm. His son is in there. He got a basketball. He's shooting his basketball. And then his dad, tell him, hey, you shouldn't do that. Look, it didn't work for me. I tried this, that, and the third. And then the kid dropped the basketball, started walking away. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, he had to go back and be like, even me, nobody should stop you from doing what you want to do. You have to experience that. I missed a whole bunch of shots, and that's why I didn't go as far as but for you, maybe you shoot these shots and they start to work for you. It just didn't work for me. I'm not you. You got to experience that. I know that dog that you saw bite that person. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you that every dog is going to love and just lick your face. I'm not going to tell you that lie. What I will tell you is those dogs do exist, just like the ones that bite. It's a lot of them that's going to love you.
But and that's what I feel men should tell their daughters. Both sides. Like, because sometimes, again, as men, I have a daughter, you have a daughter. Right. And the thing is, I know as a man, I think about my family, my daughter, and my son's safety all the time because I'm like, I'm like, honestly, I've prayed about it, thought about it. I'm like, man, like I'm blessed for them to be in my life. It's like I can't imagine my life before them. I knew what my life was before them, but now it's like I would never want to go back. I'm like, man, seeing my daughter running here with her little snack or two, smiling and everything. I'm like, oh, like
that's bliss, bro.
yeah, exactly. Like I pray with my children every night before they go to sleep because I want them to see, hey, a man praying for one. Like I don't want it just to be their mama doing something and them getting every single cue they have from her. It should be a healthy balance between both of us. And then also, it's like my wife will not be the only person that disciplines because they need to know that healthy balance comes from both sides. It's like, whether it's man or woman. But in my mind, it's like making sure my daughter knows, hey, as a man, yes, a man should be these things. But then also, you have to realize you should be these things so y'all can mold together to be the thing. Like,
let me ask y'all this. Should this same conversation be had, should this question be flipped for a woman to have this conversation with her son?
yeah. I would definitely agree.
But I also feel like if a guy's talking to you, he can always feel like, get the girls, but he don't ever be like, get a wife. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He always say get the girls.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you hope you're gonna land on a wife. But I feel like I know you asked it in reference to the mother having with the son, but I feel like the father should have with the son too. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because I know we normally, your father's mostly pushing the son to go get as many women as he can.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say rarely, I've never heard a man tell his son you should aspire to be a husband. I've never heard that. I've never heard that.
But then, a little pushback on that one is because how many men do you honestly have ever heard say, I can't wait to be married? How many men have you ever heard actually say, you know what, I'm looking for a wife to settle down with and be the best thing that ever happened to me?
It only happens when you get older.
Exactly.
Yeah, it only happens when we get older. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, when you are a man that grows up in a stable household, a two-parent household, that is an example. It seems like to me, just logically thinking, when you have a house that's filled with love and prayer and all of the structure, it seems like to me the conversation should be like, hey, you see what we have? This is what you should be building towards when you get older. This is what you should do. Just like you telling your daughter. Right. You should be telling your son, hey, you see what me and your mama do? This is what you need to do to get you a wife like this.
Right.
Like that conversation needs to be had with your son, just like with your daughter. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Part of that is, honestly, I know, I'm going to say it like this. I know what it's like to be a man. I know what it's like growing up as a man. I know what it's like dealing with every single issue a man has to deal with. I don't know about the things with girls. So with young boys, a lot of times it's like, hey, as my son, I want to protect his heart too. Yeah. And that's part of the reason why we will always hit that, hey, you don't settle for one, because for a man, men go through heartbreak way worse than women. I know somebody's going to be like, no, that's not true. But look at it like this. Somebody going to hit me with the, no, that's not true. But every girl I've ever talked to has been in love like a whole bunch of times. Most of the dudes I've ever talked to maybe like when they actually talk about love, maybe one, maybe two times. And that first one that messed them over, that like it took forever. And I do mean forever for them to get over it. It's like, bruh, she broke your heart at 16, and you been a hoe since you like you 25 now.
Yeah, I mean, if you being real, man, yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, because I've only been in love twice, and the first one it took me a while, and the second one I'm married.
Exactly. Exactly. It was like, hold on.
I was like, you know what? This, and I think the first time it was kind of like a fluke because I was younger, like way younger. Like I don't even think that it was. I think it was probably more so I was trying to accomplish something.
Yeah. So, and that was one of those things because I remember when I was in love that first time. Man, she broke my heart. My whole family thought I was going crazy and stuff. Everybody, my friends and everything, like, bro, you okay? Him, all of them. I was like, man, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do without. Like, I don't know what life is without her kind of stuff. I'm like crying, messed up in the house, all that kind of stuff. Then I'm not gonna lie, for years I was on a whole spree. It was like, never again. No, I'm just going to go. Oh well, I really like you. Oh, okay, that's nice. No, because she did it.
I think that's speaking more to the setup for relationships. It's a guy will come in and he'll like, I'll try to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he broke your heart. Well, come on, I'm gonna take you on a date. I'm gonna do something for you. A female, you can tell her about your heart broken. Oh, you still grieving over there. I gotta let you.
I'm gonna let you go.
I'm gonna let you go. So you grieve like
I'm gonna call you back.
So you know what I'm saying? That's when you get that out exterior. I tried to reach out, and that's why we tell them.
But honestly, to tell you the truth, I think it depends on how much she really likes you.
Yes, she really loves you.
If the girl really like you though, she might try to repair you.
Yeah.
But if she ain't really feeling you like that, I'm gonna go and call you back. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what
because now I feel you on that because it took me a little while. I was at the house listening to all the slow
man, I don't wanna know.
Man, I was up there listening to all the music. I was like, what was wrong with you? It's just it's the time.
Man, hold up. I gotta say this one because this one was funny. Man, and then we're gonna go on to the next. Okay. I was so messed up over this girl. I'm over here singing that song by, what is it, Iman, where it's like, that's what I said. It told me.
Oh,
now. Like, I don't want you back. I'm like, my little brother come in like, bro, what's wrong with you? It's like, I don't know.
She cut you deep, dog.
It's like, but that's the thing. For a lot of people, they don't understand. Behind all these dogs and stuff, you find that like, oh,
that is her guy. That's my theory behind the broken person that creates another broken person. See, I'm gonna coin that.
Coin that.
I got to.
Might as well.
I'm coin. Broke make bro.
It's a cold world out here.
You can coin that too.
Understood.
The merch is coming. Go ahead.
We're going to jump into You Won't Believe This, and You Won't Believe This is brought to you by.
As always, love to shout out my beautiful wife. Love you, baby. Check out Traces Like Mine, Yanni Like Mine, and Wasted Desires. Wasted Desires, you can go on wasteddesires.com, and you can find thigh chains, bracelets, anklets, waist beads, all those good things that you need. Go on Yanni Like Mine. Ladies, if you don't know what a Yanni is, look it up. It don't take care of itself. Traces Like Mine. This is hair care product from a black woman for black women to help black women. The shampoo, conditioners, different oils, and different things you can do to help your hair grow, strengthen, and all those things.
Shout out Tyler Bailey, Luxury Clothes by Luxury Guy. You got my cousin Mike, also known as Wiggly. So just call him Mike like his mama do. But he also runs a podcast called State of Being. It's not that way. It's just the State of Being. Go ahead, go check him out. And D-Mac, he's a barber. Also, this is really, really, really brought to you by Something for the People. It's something, the number 4, DA People. If you're on YouTube, so minimize that SEO situation going on there. Put podcast right there at the end. It's going to minimize those search results. And also find us on Fanbase. You should already know at this point, you're most likely listening to us from a podcast standpoint. So we're on all the podcasting stations, from the Stitcher, name it, we on there. But we want you to jump on to Fanbase. Go in there, check us out, check other stuff out. Fanbase is pretty cool. You should go there. We on there, so you'll have it. So just know when you get to that party, there's already somebody at the party that'll talk to you.
Like, share, subscribe.
If you're gonna leave a comment, which we suggest you do, if you got your negativity, just go somewhere else. But if it's positive, bring it to us. Is that for the rate? That's for the rating. Comments, you can leave negative comments as long as that rating is 5. I don't really care. We'll listen to you. I'll talk back to you. Think that the prophet won't come and prophesy, but I'll come back.
That was a good debate.
Yeah. But
I'm at, man, this is number 100.
it is.
This is number 100. So, appreciate y'all for watching, man. Showing love. Thank y'all. For real. For everybody that's out there watching, appreciate y'all. We are at 100. Want to shout out my boy Bryce, Slaughter Cut, Fort Worth, Texas. My boy DA, Fit Legit, out there in Farmers Branch, Texas. Remember, June 18th, doing a live session. So y'all hit him up. Follow him on Instagram as well. Continue to show us love, man. Like they said, follow, like, share. We want to bring as many people into the community as possible. Trying to spread this out as much. Y'all stay tuned because we about to blow this thing out the water. We got some more stuff coming. Again, this is number 100. We appreciate y'all so much.
And just think about it. They say people don't make it past like the first episode. We made it to 100.
They don't make it. There is a small subset of people that don't make it past their first episode, and there are less than 15% that make it past 10.
We did 10 times.
Yeah.
So we are in rare air.
Yeah.
So
Congratulations. Shout out to Big Country. Shout out to DJ.
Hey man, y'all been doing y'all thing, man. I'm impressed. 100.
All right. And it wouldn't be a show if we didn't have Dr. Umar, which you won't believe. It's Dr. Umar Johnson. It's currently going viral for saying black women need to stop being so promiscuous in their 20s and 30s and thinking they're too good, or thinking there's no good black men out there. All right?
Should I go first?
We're going to let you go first.
Okay, well, okay. I'm going to say it like this because I was listening to it and honestly, okay, everything Dr. Umar says is like, okay, you got to take with a grain of salt. But this one, I was like, partly I agree with it. And the reason I say that is because if you are so picky, and there are a lot of men and women, but let's be honest, we're talking about women right now. So, your 20s and 30s, you only dating this type of person. Like, you're not dating anywhere else. Like, it'd be different if you would date every end of the spectrum. You don't date the anime nerd. You don't date the person that loves this. You don't date the sensitive guy. You want these type. This is your subset of people in this box. In your 20s, and for some people, it's in their 30s. Well, I'm going to stop dating the thug dude, but I want the pretty boy. He gotta be pretty. He gotta be 6 foot. He gotta be this. He gotta be this. He gotta be this. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, if you get to that point, once you get into your mid to late 30s, you cannot claim out here there are no good men. Because you've only dated these subsets of people. There's way too many guys out here. Unless you dated every dude out here, which I know you haven't, how can you sit here talking about men aren't this, men can't do this, men don't do this? You just don't date them dudes.
Yeah. For real.
I agree with that.
I mean, you kind of hit it all.
Yeah,
real quick.
I mean, it's just like it didn't make no sense to me.
I kind of think you just went from A to Z in just one lesson.
Because you brought up the point of, all right, you've only looked in like, you can't, to summarize it the way I would say it, you can't say there's no fish out there if you only throw your fishing rod in your pool.
Exactly.
Like, you might need to go to the local pond. Then if you can't count in that pond, go to a different pond. Go to those.
Go to some lakes. Way too many things.
Variety is the spice of life. If you only eat one spice, like just think, if I only ate jalapeno, I said this a long time ago. Water. If I just sat back and I just ingested water all day, all the time, just copious amounts of water, I would die. Mm-hmm. And also, that'd be a really bland existence. Yeah. Knowing that Kool-Aid out there, knowing that Dr. Pepper out there, knowing all these other drinks.
You got all the juices. You got.
I just want some water that's sweet.
And you would never get that ice.
Yeah, I would never get ice. I would never get ice. Never. Messing with this water out here. Not saying that you shouldn't drink water. Bobby Boucher would beat me up if I said that. So.
Water is always
water is good.
You know, we like
and like I said, so if you want your sensitive thugs or your pretty boys or your keyboard heroes and you want to exclusively talk to them, look, love, it didn't work the first 20 to 30 times you did it. Okay? Find you a sensitive thug who's also a keyboard warrior. Like, start mixing and matching those seasonings on these men, and you're going to come up with the KFC recipe. It's going to hit. You know what I'm saying? You keep trying to originate. Universe, if you've only talked to one type of guy. If you're like, I hate that statement, oh, ain't no good black women out there. It's so many different types of black women. Like, there's so many.
They outnumber us.
So
there's more of them than us.
Yeah. So I'm like, you can find crappy black chick. You can find a black chick who's never seen a black guy. You can find a black chick who's seen nothing but black guys. And every range in between, every value scale going across the median over into the extreme. You can find it. So if you find people who say that there's no good for anything, it's because they haven't tried to find it for real. Even when I know I keep telling people to go and try different things. Even in the type of men you talking to, it's key things that a certain group within that group do that you don't want. There are some pretty boys out there who operate totally different than other pretty boys. You just don't talk to them because you don't feel comfortable talking to them because they do something just a little different. So you gonna have to figure out what you really like, and that's why I say the self-discovery portion of you is far more important than the out. Know you, know yourself, really know what you like, and then go out and try to find that. And then if you can't find it, then maybe it's a internal thing you gotta alter in yourself that would then pour out into the people that you trying to find. If you show up to school with the shortest skirt and no drawers on, of course you're going to find the dudes who looking for that. And most dudes, even if they're not looking for that, they're going to find themselves looking at that. So you're going to be confused, baby. You're going to have to. I'm not trying to tell you how to dress. What I am going to tell you is this. In order to ensure that you find what you're looking for, one, know what you're looking for. Two, know how to attract what you're looking for. And then three, when you find it, don't sit up every day trying to find reasons as to why what you currently found is wrong. Right. That's not that. Don't get me wrong. There's certain red flags. If a dude gonna put his hands on you, get away from that dude. If a dude gonna disrespect you and wait, like, get away from that dude. But when it comes to just face up, if a dude tell you, I can't buy steak today, don't be like, oh, I don't talk to broke guys. He not broke. He said today. Tomorrow might be a different situation. The quality and the caliber of the dude matters far more than the outward appearance of man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And so, like, you know, if you change your perspective just a little bit and change, not lower your status, but just change your perspective. Just like you said last week, how, you know, I said find your circle. Mm-hmm. Find your dot. Find your dot. Find your dot. Meaning yourself. Find yourself. You know what I'm saying? Work on you. Find that person for you. Do your thing. But it'll work. It'll work out. It'll work itself out. It'll work itself.
I'm telling you, it's women out there who found. It's women out there finding men. It's men out there finding women all the time. Don't get to a point where you hit yourself with that line. Oh, they did, but I could never. I don't know how.
You can.
You can.
You definitely can.
You could do the same thing. Trust me. It can happen for who? It can happen for any. All right. Also, you won't believe this, the FDA gives Elon Musk approval to launch or start testing human subjects with brain chips. We got it in chimpanzees and monkeys right now, but the FDA has already given him a go ahead, find some humans, we want to test this thing out. What y'all think?
You know what really makes me think? Like, I noticed I know somebody gonna be say this sound like they grandma or something like that, but we live in our last days. Man, it's like, man, this remind me of that Mark of the Beast thing where, you know, they're gonna put the me wrong. If you told somebody, hey, I could just do certain things the easiest way and get to it, it sounds great. But once, like, it's too many things that could possibly happen. Right. Like, because think about it. If they let them start doing the chips, okay, let's say chips takes off. Then all of a sudden governments start trying to enforce the chip. Now, everybody in the United States, or let's just say wherever it is going to be at, is going to be chipped. Now, all of a sudden, you know how easy it would be to control someone? And I know somebody going to say, they wouldn't do that. That's a lie. We all know that's a lie, especially if you black, because you know about all the different things the government done to people during war times, different things like that, to actually, we're going to control people. My old man told me he was in Desert Storm, and he was in another war. I forgot the other one. It wasn't Vietnam. But he was talking about, at one point in time, they were giving people heroin to, soldiers heroin to help them deal with stress and stuff over in wartime. I'm like,
that's Vietnam.
That's Vietnam, okay. So I'm like, so you got all these things. Then you got the Tuskegee Airmen. They got syphilis. They didn't even get it from nobody. At least let me screw the chick that I got syphilis from. Basically, you shot me up and was like, oh, well, you got all the side effects, but none of the benefit. You didn't even get the nut.
Yeah.
Then you got all these other things. We got redlining. There's way too many things going on that you like, they wouldn't do it.
They did it already.
And they've been done it.
Now, granted, look, so I get it. There's a level of fear that we have to have, especially as minorities, because the Jews had some things happen to them as well.
Yeah.
During the Holocaust, black people just living regular life. Indians, they took your land. Like, everybody has something to get snatched from.
A lot of people don't remember the Patriot Act. Basically, if you say something that the government thinks is actual terrorist, they could tap your phone, they could tap your computer, and everything you electronically you have without your permission.
Right.
So that little chip right there.
Well, so because I don't want nobody to feel like we demonizing Elon Musk. Elon Musk currently is using that to give people, the paralyzed people, either the ability to walk, as you've seen, sight through, electronic, you use computer cameras and you get to see now, like various ailments that he's healing. But we also know that things come as gifts and end up as curse. And that's what he's speaking to. It's like, hey, yeah, you had good intentions helping people walk. Now, whenever I get ready to go outside, you don't even have to lock my door or chain me up. You just push off on the chip and I can't move. So, you know what I'm saying? It puts us in a experimentation that has happened to us, and they claim it was for the betterment of the world we currently live in.
Didn't Visor just get sued for like a couple of billions of dollars because they weren't even giving the vaccination to certain people?
Pfizer?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, they just got sued for a lawsuit. I think it was like 10 billion. I'm like, bruh, all these things that they keep saying, oh, it's beneficial for you, but then come to find out, these things are harming you, affecting you,
right,
doing the
I'm gonna say, everything in this world is a gift and a curse. Everything. The food that we eat.
Yeah.
We need the nutrition, but we don't need the cancer risk.
Yeah. The food that we eat, the air that we breathe, the air conditioners, the units, the air fresheners you put in your car, the everything, the milk you drink, everything that we got in this world is a gift and a curse. So depending on who yields the power in everything that we got is going to determine what happens.
Right. And that's why have to get ourselves in these spaces to own something.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yeah, because we gotta understand the tech that's gonna come with it. You got, and then if that's gonna be the case, we gotta understand the technology. We gotta get in the job. We have to build the companies. We have to learn the infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, well, that's not gonna be the case. We gotta purchase the power to be in these spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So, earning the stocks, learning the stocks, being a part of the meetings.
Being part of the conversation.
Learning the chip manufacturers, learning who NVIDIA, AMD, TSM, learning those companies, learning who those people are. Different spaces. Just continue to live in ignorance because eventually
it's gonna cost us.
It's gonna cost us. Yeah, because we cannot be living in this country or living in this world and be afraid of technology because it's coming for the life that we live.
Right.
Yeah.
It's coming for it. Like, whether you want to believe it or not, it's here.
So it's something you need to run from. It's going to happen with or without you.
Yeah. And what's going to happen is that the analog life that you want to live is going to leave you behind.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's going to make you obsolete.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you going to do? If you already stood, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already behind the 8-ball because you are already systematically behind the 8-ball.
Correct.
What's going to happen to you then when technology puts you even further behind?
Yeah.
So, you know, like, I'm not saying this to scare people, but, bro, you got to get with it.
And I'm not saying, like,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not telling you to go put no chip in you. If you walk and find you at this point in the game, you don't need the chip. You ain't paralyzed in any way.
No, well, you can't say that now because if the chip make them run faster, we've already seen it. People getting butt implants because they had a little bit of butt back there, but they were like, I want a bigger butt. Oh, people over here getting chest implants. Some people over here turning their eye color a different color just because it's like, oh, well, I want one up. So what makes somebody think, oh, that chip gonna make me run like I'm running a 5 flat right now, which is embarrassing. Oh, this make me run a 4.1. Think somebody ain't gonna do it.
I'm not saying. What I am saying is this: those people will exist regardless, and those people probably already trying to figure out how to get their chips. I'm talking for the people who like, I'm fine with my 5 flat. I'm fine, and you already put in your mind that this right here is the beginning of some era that's, mark of the beast or this, that, and the third. You've already put in your mind this is something there. Cool. What I'm telling you is it's better to know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to take part in it. I'm just saying it's better to know what's going on. Like,
Understand.
Just understand it.
Understand what's going on.
Yeah, understand the tech. Understand the tech, man. Like for real.
They gotta use it. But if somebody come to you and they're like, hey, do you think I should get it or not? Well, based on what I know about it, not what I infer about it, not what I think about it, this is what I know. From what I've read, from what I've ingested, from what the man who's creating it currently has said, it does this. Do you have any of those situations? And then you could go into, let me take you back to the past. When they didn't know about syphilis, they injected black people in that. So you want to, I'm not saying that that's what he's doing currently. I'm saying that there's a great potential for you to end up in that situation. So if you willing to live with those consequences, I'm personally not.
My thing is just be smart about whatever you do.
Right.
Because as you were saying with food, there's a lot of food that Americans eat now that's banned in a lot of countries because it's proven to do harm. Like Little Debbie's, man, I love Little Debbie's. But Little Debbie's, they banned in like 7 countries.
Yeah, Cheetos is banned in other countries.
Yeah. Gatorade's banned. There's a lot of things that are banned.
Gatorade, certain cereals that we eat are banned in other countries.
Yeah.
Like they just because all the additives and preservatives and the dyes and all that stuff. Like, brother, we just eating stuff that we ain't got no business eating. Well, I don't eat cereal no more. No. Time thing for me. I don't have. Like you saying, man. Like we don't. Some of us just do stuff because we don't have the wherewithal. Mm-hmm. We don't have the wherewithal. We don't think. Yeah. It's right. We just out here. We ain't mindful of it.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I always try to look into things a little more. But the idea is, whatever you do, if you're putting something in your body, if you're doing things, you should know
what you putting in there.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, they said it was good for me, so it's good for me.
No.
Huh?
No.
That sounds stupid. That's almost the worst as Jim Jones drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh man, yeah, go get this Kool-Aid. What's in the Kool-Aid? Oh, it's good for you.
Nah, man, I don't trust that.
Everybody drinking Kool-Aid. Now the worst mass suicide in history happens.
Yeah, but before you jump off, I'm gonna say this and then we roll. This technology compared the chips, the AI, they saying that this move is just as big as the internet was.
Yeah, I agree. I would argue say it's bigger.
So just think about what the internet did, that movement, and what that movement created as far as like job and separation for people. So think about the economy and jobs and all of that. Think about what that did for us as a community. So if you think about what happened in that era, and just think about the forecast of what this is going to do, what that may lead to. So anybody watching, you know what I'm saying, you got kids. This is the life that they're about to live.
Yeah.
With AI and chips and robots. So while we teaching them the basics of life, you may want to start teaching them, hey, y'all need to go learn about this robotics.
I gotta place yourself.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, you ain't gotta anticipate that you should always know.
Yeah, make them mindful.
No, be knowledgeable of it. Like I know part of this because I chose not to take part. It's not because but I would encourage everybody to know about it. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's half the battle, as G.I. Joe says.
Relating it back to the Bible, you know what I'm saying? If you relate it back to the Bible, they still knew about the mark of the beast. They ain't take it, but they knew about it. You know what I'm saying? All right. And now we're jumping into Just So You Know, which will conclude what we got going here. Once again, Mr. Umar Johnson will be spotlighted.
You back?
Umar Johnson against the Spiderverse interracial agenda. And as black men, I want to know how we feel about it. So, of course, Into the Multiverse is coming out. Spider-Man, my daughter's a really big fan of Miles Morales. Shout out to Donald Glover. Well, Shamik Moore is the actor, but the inspiration for it came from Donald Glover. Right. Shout out to him. Shout out to Shamik Moore, who actually voices the character. Yeah. And on the Breakfast Club, they brought it up to Shamik Moore about the Dr. Umar situation and his feelings towards the young black Spider-Man chasing Gwen Stacy, who is Spider-Girl. And he also, if you don't know Mr. Umar Johnson, he's Pan-African. It's all about black, and it's and how having even a relationship with a white person or any other race right now puts a dampening or is detrimental to us as a race. He feels like we gotta, come together first, build us up first before we try to bring anybody else into this. We got to make this right. So parts of what he be saying, I'd be like, I rock with. Parts of what he's saying, I not rock with. And when it comes to Miles Morales, and I'm like, look, one is a fictional character. Granted, if we go to this, like, and this right here actually be towards Dr. Umar's point. Like, if we go to the statistics, majority of it's like 90 and up % of black people marry black people, right? So you date within your race, you marry within your race, and you have kids within your race, and you do all that within your race. So to his point, that makes sense, and that's why I wanted to bring up the fact that it is fiction. You know, he's speaking to, you know, not saying that interracial relationships don't happen, but if we're gonna be true to life, the majority of the time you'll see a black guy with a black woman. It's just the way it is. I'm not saying that that's how it should be, but I'm saying that it is what it is. So point to Umar. However, if we keep going through with this rhetoric of exclusion, like no, all black characters should only be talking to, you know, other black characters, even in the fictional realm, real life realm, it does not matter. We're perpetuating the exact same thought processes that put us in this current position anyway.
Yeah.
Black people, you go do the work, you're excluded, you're less than, you're this, that, and the third. Not saying that Dr. Umar Johnson has labeled any white person as less, or any race of people as less than anybody. So I don't want to put words in this gentleman's mouth, but what I will say is this. Just like with the technology and the chips, all it takes is for one to penetrate, like this penetrated. Now, what that argument goes to, or what that thought process leads to, once you got the door open, everybody can flood it and take it wherever they wish to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Shamik Moore brought up a good point. He said, hey, this is a movie, and it's getting us, it's an animated film where there's a black, well, mixed race, because he's black and Hispanic, who comes in and he's the primary hero for the whole film. The movie is about him, and it's mainly about him doing stuff that other people tell him he can't do. You know, I don't want to spoiler alert. Yeah, overcoming a lot of obstacles. I don't want to do no spoiler alert because I ain't seen the movie. But, you know, on top of all the stuff I seen in the trailer, that was the main premise of it. It's that Spider-Man character, Miles Morales, battle with overcoming the obstacles put in front of his way, not the women, but the actual obstacles, what took place. So, with Umar, you know, they trying to make, I'm like, nah, bro, it's just somebody telling a story, bro. Like, there's plenty of other situations where we need a prominent black voice.
Yeah.
But telling people not to go support Shamik Moore, because it's a black man who voices a black character, and I'm certain majority of the cast has black to do with it. The creators are like, a lot of people who are black are going to turn profit from this movie. It's black people.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling black kids not to go see a movie about another black kid that's going to ultimately pay other black people. So what you're attempting to do, you're doing the inverse. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, Dr. Umar Johnson, and majority of the time, well, not majority of the time, sometimes I can sit back and support you and I rock with you, but in this case, man, I'm going to have to tell you no.
Yeah, I'm with you with that one because for one, this is a animated fictional story, right? Like, and then it's for the children,
it's for the kids.
Like, and what are we teaching kids in this case? I mean, I understand black pride, self worth. I understand all that, man, but you stepping on the wrong platform at this particular point. Like you going at it all wrong with this one. I feel like, in my opinion, because you attacking. I mean, I don't think that it's just. I don't think it's the right one. You know what I'm saying? You could have went. You could have went and did this at another angle,
bro.
or you could have went and talked somewhere else with this one, but at a majority, this majority of everybody that's involved in this is the people that you swear that you want to promote. So I don't quite understand your argument.
The reason I brought up Childish Gambino is because the whole thing was his fans said, "Oh, he would be great as a black Spider-Man." And so people flooded in and like, "Oh yeah, you should do that. Charles Gambino, you should do that. This and the third." And he got so much backlash, like, "No, Spider-Man ain't black. Spider-Man ain't this." But and then the communities, they went and wrote it up like, "No, he can be black. Miles Morales is a black kid and he's Spider-Man." So I'm like, for the Marvel company to see that situation and instead of just sitting silent and doing nothing about it, they said, "No, it includes you." Like, no, a black kid can be Spider-Man just like anybody else, bro. Like, we need to stop the racial divide on both sides. They like, hey, when it comes to these fictional characters and trying to encourage our kids to do something, I'm not gonna sit back here and tell you that only white kids or only this, that, and the third can be something. No, anybody can be this. Anybody can be Spider-Man.
I was just sitting back because I was thinking, I'm like, man, if you go so deep into it, picking like fiction, like there's a difference. Like one of the things I didn't understand was, okay, it's Spider-Man, black. What's the issue? Is Spider-Man got a white girlfriend? Okay, I don't really care about that neither. What's the issue? This is fiction. That's just like the thing with the Little Mermaid. I don't give two craps if she was black or white. But honestly, it did do my heart a little good when I saw little girls saying, "Oh, she's black like me," kind of things like that.
Because representation matters.
Yes,
like,
it does.
It matters. And it's cool to see black superheroes.
Right.
Because all of our superheroes got shelled.
Yeah.
We would have loved to see Static Shock on a...
Still would love to see Static Shock.
You know what I'm saying? We would have loved to see that on a big screen, but it got shelled. So to see Miles Morales on a big stage, even though it's animated, we would love to see a live action. Do you know how excited all of us was to see Chadwick Boseman in a Black Panther suit?
First Marvel movie to a standalone Marvel movie to make over $1 billion was him.
That's what I'm saying. You know how excited we was to see that? Right. Representation matters. And so that's why it means a lot to see Ariel to see her in that light for these little girls.
Right.
Yeah. It makes, even though these are fictional characters, that means a lot. My wife and your wife went to go see that last night.
Yeah.
My wife was excited about that movie when she came back and she told me verbatim how it took her back to a childhood moment.
Yeah.
It's nostalgia. It's like, it brings representation. So I get it. It makes us, I'm excited to go see part 2 to the Spider-Verse because it's like, bro, it brings something for us.
Right. So I'm just like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I get what he's saying, but what I'm saying is, at a certain point, bro, you can't fight racism with racism, bro.
You can't.
Like, when you talking that pro-black, we gonna do for us, we gonna be better, we gonna build more for us, I'm 100% behind you. You ain't gonna ever have me make it. Like, when you say it's good for black kids to see 2 black people making it work, I have no opposition to that. None at all. But when I started thinking about these interracial children who exist, it doesn't them good to see their parents together too. It does it good to have representation of that lifestyle too. A black man can do more.
Mm-hmm.
You can go be with a white woman if you choose. That's your life, do you? Now, if you're talking about preferences for Umar Johnson would be black and black. Hey, no knock to that. Live your life, do you, bro? But Black Panther and Wakanda, that's a representation of your lifestyle. The Spiderverse, should Miles Morales go on with Gwen Stacy and pursue her past this moment? Then that'll be a representation for somebody else. We all need to be included in the story because every time you cut somebody out, you're erasing a chapter. That's the problem.
And you creating an issue for a child.
Yeah, you creating an issue for a child. Nobody, I don't see nobody like that.
Right. Because there's a black African, there's a black Hispanic child.
Right.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I need to see it. I need to see somebody like me.
That looks like that. There is a Miles Morales out there somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I get what you trying to attempt on this, my brother, but this wasn't the right one.
Yeah. Stick to Black Lives Matter. That was the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
was good.
This wasn't it, bro.
Black Lives Matter. That was a good one. Stick there. You know what I'm saying? Negate the whole, buying mansions out in California. The root cause. Black people don't deserve to die over this. Stick with that. For you and your family, hey, 100%. I prefer you as my, well, I don't have any kids or wife, but if you should pursue past that, then yeah, your black daughters and black sons get with other black people and they push your thought process out in the world. However, we have to realize that there are alternatives to how you view the world. And because there are alternatives to how you view the world, they need representation too. They need somebody that they can look up to too. There's a Hispanic and black child out there who needs to know that, yeah, I can go and I can be a superhero just like the all black or the all white or the all Hispanic or the all Asian. I can go do that.
And there's a little black child, little girl. I can be a princess just like the rest of them.
So, it's them, with this inclusion initiative they got going, I feel like it's doing far more benefit than harm. 100%. So, yeah, Dr. Umar, go back. We got a lot of crooked politicians and a lot of, I think they trying to bring back separate but equal down there in Mississippi.
Yep.
Go out there.
Go talk to them.
Yep.
Go talk to them.
Go talk to them.
Leave the Spiderverse alone.
Or go down to Florida. Go talk to them.
Go to Ron DeSantis. Go talk to Ron.
Yeah, the Santos.
Yeah, him.
He's trying to. He running for president. Go talk to him.
Go stop it.
Yeah, man.
Don't be our hero.
Go talk to him.
Don't do that.
Man.
But leave the Spiderverse.
Yeah.
Before I jump about it, anybody got anything else you want to show out?
Again, thank y'all for 100.
100.
Very much. Thank you very much. As y'all hear my son in the background making all that fuss, so yeah.
Yeah, we gonna get to that.
Shout out to K-Dot.
Shout out to K-Dot. You know what I'm saying? He out here, he making his presence known on 100. 100 episodes. I'm out here.
Yeah.
Let him in on, what was it, 98, 97 when you jumped in?
You can't jump right in.
I'm here.
All right.
Yeah.
This is another episode of Sub of the People.
Be easy.